We all hope that you guys out there have a better looking Crown Victoria than this, but actually this is a Grand Marquis that I started to switch into a Crown Victoria Police Interceptor, and I just stopped, and I'll speak about that in a few minutes. But if you guys have a Crown Victoria and it's running bad, it's supposed to sound like this. Because these 4.6 modular engines really run smooth, so when you have a miss, it will sound like this. Nine times out of 10, it's probably these little buddies right here, COPs. They're known to go. Now, the best situation for you to do is go to the junkyard and get you some motorcraft joints and put them in, or just get some from over there and keep them handy just in case. And also too, when you get from the junkyard, you get this, and you get you a new throttle body with a TP sensor. It's very important to keep those two parts right there handy at all times with your Crown Victoria. These cars are cheap to maintain. You can go to your local junkyard and just get those parts and you'll be legit. Now, number one thing you should really have is a SCT scanner. This is very, very important. You can spend $150 used, $200 used, or you can buy a $400 one from SCT. But if you get one of these used, make sure that it's unmarried. All right, so you can get it married to your car, because once it's married to your car, it's married to that car. So let's get back to this. If your Crown Victoria has a slight miss, the easiest way that you can do this while it's cold or warm, you can start pulling out the COP plugs while it's running. Some people say you shouldn't do that, but you're in a bind. The car is running bad. You're kind of desperate, so you want to pull those joints out while the car is running, and what you're looking for is no change. If it's no change in the idle on the way it's running rough, well, it's a possibility it could be that plug. So what you need to do is continue on to the other side. It'll be a little bit more difficult on this side here, but it's possible. You start pulling out plugs, and hopefully you don't have to go all the way in the back of it, and you'll find your situation that is bad. It could be an injector, or it could be a COP. But when your car is running rough, you got to smell your car. Now, I'm not putting your nose to the tailpipe, but you could just go back there and just smell the fuel. If you smell fuel, then 9 times out of 10 it's your COP. If you don't smell fuel, well, it can be an injector, or it could be a MAF, or it could be a throttle position sensor. That's why I said these two parts here, you need to go to your local junkyard and have those things handy and start changing things out. But the best thing to do is have this here handy, because this here can actually put in tunes in your car, and it actually can tell you what's going on with your ride. So please, guys, if you have a Crown Victoria, this is the #1 tool that you should have in your possession to make sure your car is legit. Because if you have a situation where your car doesn't start, well, you better make sure that you have spark, and you got to make sure you have fuel, because 9 times out of 10 with these Crown Victorias, when they don't start, it's fuel. 9 times out of 10. So over here is your fuel line. How can you check this? Well, you need to check and go inside your car and turn it on and make sure you can hear a hum. Which, sad, on that Crown Victoria doesn't have one, but this one does, is that you have a port that you can check your fuel pressure on. Right? You take this thing out, turn the key a couple of times, you check this. If there's no pressure, 9 times out of 10 it's your fuel pump or your fuel pump relay. But we ain't got no time to check out no fuel pump relay, right? So 9 times out of 10 is probably your fuel pump situation. Now, for you guys who want to put a high pressure fuel pump in your Crown Victoria, don't even bother, bro. It's a waste of time. I found out the hard way. I have a high pressure fuel pump inside of my Crown Victoria, and it does absolutely nothing, because this regulates the fuel pressure. No matter if you put a high pressure one or a low pressure one, doesn't matter. It's going to read 23 pounds at all times, or whatever it is. I don't really remember, but let's say it's 30 pounds, 40 pounds, or whatever. It's going to stay that way, even with a high pressure fuel pump. That's why you need a booster pump.
This is a really neat little product that can allow you to keep from having to replace your pump system. This will actually go in and raise the voltage to your existing pump system, and it can make it into about twice the size of whatever your normal pump capacity might be.
So a reminder to those who are trying to supercharge their Crown Victoria or add just more power with cams and everything like that, and you added that daggone high power fuel pump, and you're wondering why you're not getting significant gas, well, you need that booster pump. You see this little situation here? You tie it in, but you got to make sure you get the right wires and tie it in properly. That's what you do. Now, as I opened up this trunk, I didn't even know I had a daggone new fan in here, and I went to the junkyard and purchased one. But it's all good. We'll leave that there, and we'll leave that push bumper there because I didn't know I had a push bumper on here. Now, from booster pump to ground wire situation. Now, here is my engine that I got this thing finally running and everything, but there is a little issues that I'm seeing. I got to go solder some wires, and I'm looking, and it has insufficient ground. This thing here is not a real ground. You see this here? Look at this. This is the ground. Wonderful, right? See how these little tiny grounds here? We need beefier, solid grounds to make the connection stick and everything like that. I know people using ground wires and moving it right over here to there. That's only one point. You need a couple of more points. Your body is a ground. Remember, these bumpers come off. It's a frame on body situation. You need better grounds. Check underneath here 1 minute. There's a ground wire right here which makes no sense to me, but it's there. That's a dumb move. We need better grounds on our Crown Victorias. So we're going to leave from that, and we're going to go talk about this car here and what we're going to be doing with this. All right, I picked this thing up for $300, and I was going to do a Roush Cobra Crown Vic build with Mr. Random, and I lost steam personally because I didn't want to do it. First of all, I was changing a Grand Marquis into a cop car. Start putting the cop car front, everything from the back of the trunk here. Started changing that. Yep, changed that and everything else. And then I started to, put the Cobra in here, right? I was gonna do some other stuff with that right here. Changed my mind and did all of that. And I was like, forget all about that. So now I'm stuck with a car that I really don't want. So what to do with this? I have no clue, because I'm changing my focus onto this versus this. Now, I had two options I was going to do, right? Frame swap would be cool. So I was going to take the chassis and I was going to put it under this. That would have been dope, and then add this to it and everything, but the car would have been heavy. I just lost interest on even doing that. I just wanted this thing to be wired up. I may still do that. That's still an option. You guys got to let me know in the comment section below what would be the best situation and what to do and what to deal with this here. I don't want to even build this car anymore because of this. Somebody put this in here. Yeah, you can bang this out and get that nice and smooth. I know, I'm making sense of nothing. This here, quarter panel has been changed, right? And also too, it's not even leveled. You probably can't see it in the camera, but it's not leveled at all. So what to do with this thing? Let it sit here and rot? Start it up every now and again? Put some gas in it, make sure that everything is legit? Or you do a frame swap. And you guys are going to let me know in the comment section what to do with this thing. Frame swap. That means taking something old, like a F1 something, or something in that realm, and putting a body on it, or junk it, or take the chassis from underneath there and put it underneath there. I'm not going to be thinking about it heavy because I'm going to be doing and dealing with this. Still got to do some soldering. Still got to do some installing of parts and everything like that. I got to add some fresh gas to this thing because it has some stale gas. I need to change that. So there's a lot of stuff to do. So you guys got to leave me a comment in the comment section. And share this with Mr. Random too, because I would like his input on what to do with this thing here. As you guys are watching this video, I'm going to leave you with this. Yo, what time is the drop off? What time? 5 minutes? Yo, that's you in the black Mustang. I'll let you go to the drop off, and then just yeah, all right, and I'll just come behind you and pick it up. Look down. A filter?